They are both proud people with proud nations, and they will be working their best to get a win here.
I'm going to say the second side of this is actually I think these are the two top uniforms here in the tournament as well.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Both Kyrgyzstan's red kit and yellow kit look absolutely awesome, and Oman's just really well designed with the red, green, and white colours. Similar, obviously, with a lot of countries with similar flags. They've done something a bit more unique, and it looks really cool.
They say sometimes simple is best, and what you can see, I have to agree. One of the big things here you see in the game of sevens, I mean, it is so fast. And people say, like, oh, it's only 7 minutes each way. Until you play the game, I don't think you realise how tough it can be, physically exhausting for such short periods.
And because it's full throttle for 14 minutes, I think that's when you see 15s, every scrum you get 2-3 minutes off before it actually goes involved. But the kickoff's been taken by Kyrgyzstan, and Oman will be playing out from deep. And they've gone through the phases, they've gone out wide, a little dummy and step in, and he's broken through the first tackle, and the number one for Oman is away and down the park, and Kyrgyzstan have given up the chase. So he will go through, and unless something very evil happens, he will jot the ball down. But he's making Kyrgyzstan come all the way down. And he scores a try.
Oman celebrating the host team here, first to score, and you can see it was from something very simple, just held, waited for the defender to come forward, took off on that right foot and then round the outside there, sprinted off away, and that an early strike from Oman.
And a converted try, so they go in 7 points ahead.
Oman looking for that start, wanting to really give some authority, but only that, get off to a good start, because as soon as you get those first points, you know, as a defending team, when you get falling behind, it really starts to put a bit of pressure on. And so for Kyrgyzstan, they've got to let that go, reset, and go from again.
And try and build their own momentum, turn it around here. And here come Oman. They are looking to chase their kick here. See what type of pressure they can have on the kick restart. It's a beautiful high kick, and a lot of pressure taken. Possible penalty there for taking him in the air. So Kyrgyzstan get a little reprieve here. And they will be doing their kick for touch, which they've done most of the tournament. Unfortunately, he's kicked it inside the field, so they won't retain the ball here. And Oman will be looking to build the big goose into step. And number one has broken through, but he's just stepped out. The flag has gone up.
Yeah, a little bit surprised that actually for the first moment when Oman got the ball back, nicely collected over the head, and then I thought he was going to kick it, to be honest. I thought he was going to look for position. I thought that's something different, but looked up, saw some space on the outside. Yes, good idea. In hindsight, probably looking at it, there was players on the other side, the open side. They could have gone there, but nice to see a bit of intent from Oman.
Absolutely. They're trying to score and win the game. Slightly not straight throw there. So when you don't throw it down the middle of the tunnel, it is given as a not straight, and it is a free kick. And you can either have a scrum or a line out to the defending team.
Interesting to see here, like Oman in the first 2 minutes going all the possession, and they look like the team that's a bit more organised here. And this is very early exchanges.
Absolutely. I think they might have felt a little bit disappointed by the tournament only getting one win so far, because at times they've looked really good, but just when chaos gets through them, the ball's been knocked their back way, and Kyrgyzstan have managed to turn it over from the scrum. A nice wide pass, giving his teammate some space, who's held his feet really well there, and they managed to secure the ball and get over the halfway mark. Now, the 10 for Kyrgyzstan has done a lot of kicking today, so he's probably nervous about his teammates might be a little bit nervous every time he gets the ball, because he makes them chase. But he's going wide, and there's a big gap there, high tackle.
You've seen it a few times, actually, from the teams going a little bit too high, but too eager.
Yeah, that, and probably, well, it didn't need to be done, but also probably advantage could have been played. They still had the ball. Let them continue. I understand it's a high tackle, but if it's not a cardable offence, I think just let the boys play.
You got to think too, with the score is only 7-0 with Oman. Oh, unlucky there, looking for the line, and
He's kicked it and it is in the try zone, the end zone, but Oman are playing it out. Number one's picked it up and put his teammates under pressure, and you can see why Oman have been costly at times. An overhead pass that's then into a forward pass, and Kyrgyzstan now have a 5-meter scrum.
Man, building their way back into the game, but this is one of the things you do see, and when you're first in, you're excited, you want to go for it, and you've seen that from Oman. Got a great start, got the try they needed to get in front, been a little bit too, what's the word, just wanted to force it a little bit too much.
Overzealous.
Overzealous, that's the one. You saw it especially down there by the line, but that's something they'll learn and take on as they move forward with developing over the next few years.
Absolutely. And the ball's gone into the scrum. Kyrgyzstan have pushed really well, giving themselves some space. Now they do love a bit of contact and run straight back in into trouble, and they will regain here, and you'll see a little bit of power playing off the side. The old pick and go around the corner. They'll do this a couple of times. They've spread it out to the wing. He's backed his own pace, but he's been caught. Then good pop off the ground. They picked up, and a little bit of tunnel ball is happening there. He ran under, got under the tackler, and number one has decided to try and kick it himself, but then knocked it on, unfortunately.
Some really good intent there by Kyrgyzstan. You see the direct play, like you said, that for them, they've got the larger players, you say here, across the field. You probably look at a lot of the players there, out of the 7 on the field currently, 4 large men, they get over the game line every single time. They see that is their weapon here. They can use that for their advantage. It's working for them. What I'd like to see them get across the line is just take a little more time, not to rush it. I mean, you see the big man there was trying to go for a little kick through. Yeah. Probably could have held the ball, just wait for the support.
Absolutely, maybe just a little pop pass here and there just to work off it, because it looks a bit telegraphed. And when you make a mistake, you're made to pay. A big push at the scrum, but they've gone a bit too early. And Oman here, the co-captain, number 4, he's off and running. He's been limping all day. There's a push tackle, but a great pass out wide, and Oman are out and running here. He's taking his time, but I wouldn't be too smart about it, because you never know what can happen. But he's jotted it down.
Oman there scoring again, the second try here of the match. You see the team was jumping up. That's one of the things for Kyrgyzstan. When they got down there, they were going direct, and it just, that was one of the things before for Kyrgyzstan. They were looking to, they actually ran themselves off the park a little bit there, got themselves a little bit tight. So when that turnover came, they were a bit overzealous in that scrum, but Oman taking advantage of that was really nice. They looked up, found some space, and again, they've used their fast men really well, just putting them into space as well, not just thinking going direct. They're going both ways. Go direct, wait for the space, then pass out to the speeds into that space.
And let them work the space after it's earned.
Yeah.
All right, so that takes us out to 14-0 in favour of Oman here, and they will be kicking again. Not long left in the half.
Back time's up on the
that was the hooter just then. So we'll see this kickoff. It's been dropped, but it's definitely gone back. No, it hasn't. Knock on, and that will be half time.
Interesting first half here between Kyrgyzstan and Oman. Oman with that early lead, using their skill sets of finding space on the outside. Kyrgyzstan using their skill set, being more direct and getting some gain, just not all the way yet. Not quite scoring, but that's coming for them soon. Absolutely.
14-0 going into halftime. They'll be happy. Kyrgyzstan with some work to do, but we'll be back shortly.
Here, welcome into Asia Rugby Emirates 7th Trophy 2025. We're in Muscat, Oman. It's been a wondrous last 2 days. Right in front of us today, we've got Oman versus Kyrgyzstan. It is Oman leading 12 points to 0. Second half to come. Teams playing to their strength. It's been a very, very interesting first half. Be interested to see what they do in the second half. What happened in those team talks? Kyrgyzstan, they're keen. They're already running back into position. Oman taking a little bit longer. I think for Oman, what they want to do is just take a breath. They're in the lead. They don't need to force it. Kyrgyzstan on the side of it, they need to look for that pill. They need to be very simple, and I say this because they're very good at going forward. They're large men finding extra meters, take their time, build their way down the park, and they'll be able to get the cherries if they do that. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens here in the second half. Oman in the white playing from left to right, Kyrgyzstan in the yellow playing from right to left. Referee just making sure everything's okay. You can see there the sun shining low. It's going to be into the eyes of the Kyrgyzstan players. But Oman looking for that kick. This one's not going to go 10. So back to halfway they go. Kyrgyzstan with the first opportunity here in the second half. It's exactly what they wanted. An opportunity to get their first points and build themselves back into this game. Nice poise here by Kyrgyzstan. You can see talking to each other, keeping it calm. This one, keeping position. That's the key. We saw earlier Kyrgyzstan looking to kick for territory, get themselves down the field, but this time keeping the ball in hand. And that, unfortunately, just playing a little bit too close to the sideline. So the Kyrgyzstan player going out. Good work there from Oman, forcing the player across the chalk. It's going to be a throw-in. I thought they were going for the quick one there. Not quite to be. So Oman, first chance here in the second half, ball in hand. You can see just getting himself organised. Nice width across the park here from Oman too. So imagine if they get the ball, they're going to look for width on the park. And Kyrgyzstan looking to come through, but a knock on there from Kyrgyzstan. So the ball's going to go to Oman. They've got the ball back and they're going to go quick tap, but it's well off the mark there from the co-captain. So he's going to have to bring it back and it's going to be a scrum. Scrum to Oman. You can see here, look at the shadow right now. You can see the team's actually sitting the scrum right in the middle of the park there, right inside that shadow. So be interesting to see how Oman use that advantage if they put the ball up. Oh, big push here by Kyrgyzstan.
And it's caused mayhem. Really
putting pressure on. And there's the knock on. I'm a little bit confused there. I thought the referee had called it and players were still trying to play on the match there.
So Kyrgyzstan with the scrum here. They'll be looking to attack. Still 12-0 down. And scrum's been a weapon so far, so they just can't go too early here.
It's been one of their things, and you know there's also the side of it too. You know, you got the advantage, and you know most likely they're going to win this one. I hope Oman does put the pressure on, but what you've seen, they've driven so far past the ball sometimes that they've nearly like, yeah, take the win, get that ball out, but then don't overdo it as well, because then the players are left out of the park or out of the play.
Absolutely, and then yeah, you're not in it, and you're leaving your teammates out for dead.
You're down by three players.
All right, so the ball's gone into the scrum and picked up by the number 10. Stepped inside, looked for the offload, spun around again. Just fought to stay on his feet until his support arrived. And then Kyrgyzstan throw it out wide. Another wide pass. And picked it out. A little stutter step inside, and he's broken through the first tackle. Oh, and then an absolutely cracking tackle there for number 1 to knock the Kyrgyzstani player over the sideline. And they've gone quick, but they are also under pressure because Kyrgyzstan is trying to put on some shots here as well. And it's big fella versus big fella. He's got quite good feet, good tackle there, but a penalty for not rolling away. Or playing the ball on the ground, say, and he's picked up a bit of cheese as well.
The good old yellow.
All right, that's an offload there for Oman after playing quickly. Number 7 is out by himself. He's being made to work by the big number 5 of Kyrgyzstan. He's pushing him all the way there. And Oman have scored their 3rd try here.
Oh, that was beautiful sevens at its greatest. That was individual effort there. They literally stepped off the right, stepped off the left, stepped off the right again, and found themselves space. And, you know, when it comes to sevens, that's what the backs love. They love a bit of open play. They love a bit of opportunity, and he took it right there.
Show off their skills, get the fast feet moving. Kyrgyzstan left for dead, only one chaser. And in all fairness to the big fella, he chased hard the whole way there.
Oh, it was a great effort. Taking a seat on the pine, though, after that good effort. Oman leading now 19 points to 0, in a commanding position here.
And they do have the kickoff with around just under 3 minutes to go of the game. And we'll see what Oman can achieve from this kickoff. All right, so the ball has gone up and Kyrgyzstan taking control. We've seen a dummy and then an absolute straight run. He's busted through the first one, almost made the second time, and then Oman's given away a clear penalty there. He just
flying off his feet, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, lost his feet, yes. Just a small part there, you know, there's one of the little learnings, waiting for the referee to call it, to let the ball be out.
Yeah,
Oman player just a bit excited there.
Smart from the Kyrgyzstan player there. Waited till the defence was back 10 and shoved them out of the way himself. All right, so a loose pass and a late tackle there, but it's been knocked on and then gone out.
Again, some really good, promising signs. You know, for Oman to be in their first tournament, see Kyrgyzstan, it's just these two little small things again. The passing, it's those little fundamentals. It makes the difference, and I suppose it's one of those hard things you have to talk about. That, you know, it's the finer details when your pass is a little more crisp, or when it's a little more accurate. You've seen a couple of passes in these games just not quite there, a little bit on the shoulder, a little bit off, and it slows down momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was an example there. Just a little bit high. It wasn't everything, but against a good team who's putting the pressure on, it is everything. Oh, that is a great chase tackle there from Kyrgyzstan. Managed to scrag him over the line, and they are off and running here. The number 10, I did mention earlier, he does love to kick over the top, and he's got the good bounce. He's putting the pressure on, and he's managed to kick through, but it's given as a knock on, so it's turned out for the best.
Yeah. That was a bit different there. You see from the Omani player just literally just looking up and just leaving the ball there. Again, just those small little incidentals. They'll take learnings from this, and when they progress, especially in the next tournament, they'll know that, you know, in the game of sevens, you don't really want to risk it. So the lower the risk, the better. So yeah, that's one of those learnings, and that's what I'm really excited for Oman and what they're doing. Getting the win potentially here with the time now up on the clock. But you know, I'm seeing a great future for Oman and what they're going to do with their players.
Absolutely. They've done a lot in the last year or so, and they will keep building over the next few years to, I'm sure, be back. And Kyrgyzstan going early in the scrum there, so they've been pushed back, so it is a free kick. You just heard the hooter going for end of time, so this will be the last play. Oman going back and then using their speed. Great last offload for the last minute pass and step inside, but the player has stepped out.
Something we've seen all game, actually. Seen the both teams want to really use the width of the park, and then probably about 7, maybe 8 times either side going outside across the sideline. Yeah,
Kyrgyzstan a little bit frustrated there, but Oman very happy. They've got their second win of the tournament. They take this one out 19-0. We will be back shortly with a Jordan versus, no, I lie, it's Iraq versus Palestine.